So I put the electric Stihl chainsaw to the test and used it as a bone saw. Did an old cow today. I mean, there really isn't anything good on her. And you can't get anything into the processor nowadays. Just, used to be if you had a cull cow, you just get them in real quick. This cow's been lame for a long time. I've been having to carry buckets of water and feed her separately. So, yeah, put this as a bone saw. Yeah, it worked pretty good. I gotta definitely get her all cleaned apart. When it hits the fat, it all gets bogged up. But yeah, this is all gonna go for dog food, really. She's really was emaciated and a lot of gristle and yellow fat in there. So, not a very good carcass. Mainly cutting the legs off made it easy. And the head. So, tell you what, I'm definitely no butcher. They do make it look easy. If I do this again, on a good animal, like say an animal that's worth really grinding up for burger or something, and keeping a lot of the cuts on, I'm gonna make like a gantry or something to hang them up, because I couldn't get this animal really up high enough and do a good job, and that was a little bit of a problem. And because I don't have my big loader tractor here. The big 1105 is next town over at a farm to load manure. So I got the white 260, which lifts up 12 feet, but the animal, you just still couldn't get the dang thing up quite high enough. Another thing I noticed, this thing, boy, she had a lot of gristle to her. I never had, I don't know. I thought my knives were sharp, but apparently they're not. I kept resharpening them while I was here and during the day. And, I tell you what, all this gristle, boy, that stuff is hard to cut off. So it's almost like, like when I do venison or something, I take like it's almost like, you fillet that gristle off first. But, being this is a lot of it's not gonna go, it's gonna go to the dogs. I'm cutting into that gristle. I noticed you're trying to cut into that gristle. It's pretty tough to do. So, I didn't really, here's some of that yellow fat. And this animal, she had it all over. And that's never a good quality in beef, even with the old cow that you want to grind up. They like them, if you don't have good quality fat, you still kind of taste it in the beef, I don't know. I guess if I was a pioneer, I'd be eating the whole animal and not be so spoiled about it. But I guess in modern society, and I did take out the tenderloins, and but yeah, there's a lot of sinew and stuff, but that obviously be ground up, and but yeah, I couldn't get the animal up high enough. Some of it was down in the dirt. Been over working on it quite a bit of the day. So definitely kind of thinking about setting something up for better on-farm processing, because like I say, you can't get anything in to get processed on a moment's notice. If you have a cull cow you got to get rid of, you got to schedule that a year ahead of time. If I took this animal to the auction, I probably would have got, I don't know, 25 cents a pound. Got to drive over 100-mile round trip and make 250 bucks or something like that. That just certainly is not worth it. So I think you're gonna see a lot more people starting to process on the farm now, going back to how they used to do it. All right, talk to y'all later. There you go. That's satisfying to see. Watch yourself here. I mean, you're talking, they'll rip your arm right off. It's good to let them chew on that. That's why I didn't cut them up into small pieces. Let them chew all that sinew and fat and all that stuff up. You can see she's trying to put it, those, where their canines are on the side of their mouth there. They call that the carnassial pair. And that's what canids have. That's what really shears and chews meat. So on. It's good for them to have something to chew on, the chewing action. But yeah, she's using that carnassial pair where those canines act like big shears for tearing and ripping. Okay, let me give him a big stringy piece. Let's see how long it takes him to woof that down. Get it? Woof it down. It's working those jaws. That stuff was really, really hard to cut. So I know what he's going through. A few minutes later, he's still working on it. It's giving him a run for his money, but this is really how dogs should eat instead of out of a dish. Eating dry kibble, they woof it down too fast, causes a lot of problems. So we had to start soaking his food because he was burping and belching and throwing it back up. I just think that it's too much food in one time. It's hard on their gut as they're older. But yeah, you get to really see that canine pair in action. Too close, otherwise he's going to come after you. He is really working it. Yeah, see, they're having the same problem I had cutting this stuff.